Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. Special thanks to all my patrons. My name's Neil and it's time for the next episode of The Haunting of Bly Manor. I am loving this series so far, guys. Really fascinating developments, especially in that last episode, where not only did we find out that Peter is in fact dead and he is in fact the one that at least sometimes possesses young Miles, but we also found out that, surprise, surprise, Hannah's dead. Hannah's a ghost. Peter, in the form of Miles, pushed her down the well moments before we discovered, before we were introduced to Danny at the manor, and Hannah's ghost has basically been desperately clinging to reality ever since. But last episode was fascinating because we got this episode which was entirely from her perspective for the first time, jumping through time, repeating memories over and over again, trying to get them right or trying to cling to something, and all she's trying to cling to is who she is and when it is and where she is. But yeah, Hannah's dead, guys. She's the fourth candle. Maybe there should be one more candle, because Peter's dead too, although why would Hannah be lighting a candle for Peter? She hated that man even when they were both alive. And Peter killed her. I don't know what to expect anymore from this series. I don't know what to expect from Mike Flanagan in general as a creator. I'm just fascinated to see where we go next. We're in the back half of the series already. There are still plenty of mysteries, especially as far as who the Lady of the Lake is, what exactly happened to Rebecca. Was it just a straight suicide the way everybody's talking about it, or was there something more sinister to it? What's up with the dolls and the ghosts that wander the house at night? We've been introduced to the names of this couple from the 1600s. Presumably they were the owners and residents of the house at the time. I'm very curious to see what this next episode's all about. This one's episode 6, and it's called The Jolly Corner. Let's find out. Looks official, but I couldn't figure out what that was.
He trapped himself there, day and night, tucked away in his work, in his nightly routine, until he felt most like himself, for better or worse.
Miss Clayton phoned. She's a bit concerned, and that she's happy to elaborate if you'd like to schedule a call.
No need. I'm happy the children are well.
No need. Oh, that 80s suit. Is that Peter?
Scotch or bourbon tonight?
Who is it? What Englishman drinks bourbon? He didn't see anything. Just felt like he might have been offering a drink. Or did he? Second chair is interesting. I do love a good Macallan. It's himself? What? What? What is that about? That was a creepy, happy ghost of sorts.
Charlotte!
Oh, we're
Too late?
You're on time.
I'm on time.
Yeah, she's close, but not yet.
Thank God for that. She's early. She's quite early.
It happens.
Is he in love with his sister-in-law or something? Is Flora his? There's a tendency to read a lot more story than maybe there actually is in some of this. But Flanagan likes his statues, doesn't he? Oh? Uh-oh. What's up with Flora? Why did she wake up in the garden? Or out in the woods?
I thought I'd bring you some coffee.
You Yanks in your coffee.
You might like it.
Nope.
I'm not the best at coffee either.
She can't make drinks.
How's your week been?
Everything's been a bit strange, really. And no Owen, no you.
Has Owen just left for
I seem to
Paris?
see less and less of Hannah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just turn around and she's gone.
She's a ghost.
Sometimes people just need to be alone. You flirt.
Fine. I don't like the way we left it.
I like you. But I also like my life the way it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to disrupt that. Gotta keep things proper boring, haven't we? Would you want to get a drink?
Is that
It'd be
pub
kinda
called the
boring,
Jolly
right?
Corner? Is that our episode?
But dreadfully boring.
Okay, so I could ask Hannah to watch the kids one night.
Yeah, have the ghost take care of the freaky kids.
Flora?
Is she heading to the lake again?
What are you doing?
She doesn't
I
know.
don't feel good. I
Oh.
just woke up.
Yeah, she does see
don't know.
Rebecca. This is a different room. Where's the dollhouse? Whoa.
Hello?
Are we flashing back?
Miles? Is that you?
Was that Rebecca? What's our timing here?
Wait!
Who is that?
Who are you? Did you hear me?
Oh, creepy.
Mummy! There's someone in my room. A little boy. It's
Oh, yep.
Uncle Henry.
Well, if there is a little boy, and you're the only one who can see him, perhaps he'd like to be your friend.
No. There's something wrong with him. His face isn't finished.
Oh, no. Well, perhaps you could give him a name. You could give him a whole story of his own.
This is strange.
It is?
I suppose it's because I'm too old. Isn't it?
You should be 5 years old, in fact.
Yeah,
You were 5 years old when this happened.
yeah.
So, why aren't I 5 years old?
Well, because we can't cast a 5-year-old you.
Why is my age all wrong?
You know why, don't you?
This is
Because this is a memory. I've been tucked away again.
it's what was happening to Hannah, too. Is she dead, too?
And I'll be over as soon as I...
Wake up. Wake up.
I'm sorry. I'm having a bit of a moment. I'd like to go back to sleep. But to dream. Not a memory.
Is Flora dead, too? We know Hannah's dead. It's not quite the same, though. She's not jumping around from memory to memory the way Hannah was.
It's Miss Clayton. Said Flora's been sleepwalking.
If she's all right, that's all.
If she isn't,
Take the phone call.
If she isn't, then why isn't she calling a bloody doctor?
Oh, dude. What was the letter? We don't know about the letter yet.
Flora residence.
Well, hello, Flora. Is your mother...
Oh,
What's that, Mummy?
memory.
Don't know who you're trying to hide from.
Okay, no, he definitely sees him.
Might as well come in.
This is so weird. Drinking with himself.
Don't know why I bother explaining myself to you. She's likely asleep by now. You'd get the cook again. Or that cute little American.
Is he the cold caller? The one that just calls and hangs up?
Poor thing must be exhausted.
We missed you this afternoon. Where'd you run off to?
Oh, I'm not...
I'm not sure.
I called Henry, but there is only family.
Henry's not exactly himself anymore. Blasted trip. Well, I suppose none of them came back.
Was Henry on the trip too? Oh, there's the little boy at the dollhouse. He's the one that moves the dolls around?
You're still here?
I thought Owen was gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
had to wash up. Besides, I was asked to stay behind.
Now, who would ask you to do that?
Maybe Poppins might fancy a little boredom.
I got things handled here. You go and enjoy yourselves.
We have things handled here.
Yes.
Any
Well,
nightmares, both
at least there's a human staying behind with the kids.
Where are we going?
Yeah, this isn't a walk to the
Taking me out
pub.
here to kill me? You planted that?
Yeah. It's a moonflower. Bloody hard to grow in England.
Yeah, but worth it.
Is it? These flowers will be dead by morning. In 3 weeks, this entire plant will be dead. It's what people feel like to me. Exhaustive effort. Very little to show for it. Even you. Even me. Especially me. Skip to the end. Mum was Louise. Dad was Dennis. Dad starts working in a coal mine. Louise is home with the kids. She's basically a kid herself. She plays. The thing about a coal mine, no plants down there. No life at all. All that death, that dark, powdery death is all over his face, his hands, and his fucking lungs. And they call my mum a whore. Call the daughter one too. And in 67, Louise bolts.
This is a tragic story.
Got myself into all sorts of trouble there. Wound up serving a couple of years. And it's there I start gardening. But plants, you watch them grow. And it all makes sense.
Flanagan and his monologues, man.
Someone, like this moonflower, just might be worth the effort.
Well, she has to
I
tell
know
him,
you're struggling.
tell her about Edmund now, doesn't she?
And breaks down again, and every living thing grows out of every dying thing. And that is so much better than that life getting crushed into a rock that will burn if it's old enough. So much better to see the leafling.
No glass man? No Edmund? Did we just get a happy moment?
What are we going to do about this?
I truly don't know.
That's a gift to his daughter.
What have you done? Oh, she's going to lose her mind. They're not here. Darling, look what your brother's brought.
It's terrific.
He knows. Yeah. That's a marriage that's over. Just going through the motions. Barely doing that.
Flora's birthday. What a strange night that was. She was so early.
That I didn't do the math.
She wasn't nearly as small as I expected.
She wasn't actually early. Yep. Flora is definitely not his.
Math didn't work, did it? She kind of had to be early, didn't she? Or else it would mean she was conceived in August.
When I was away.
Took me 6 years to do the math. Do you love him?
Wow.
The au pair could not remember the last time she'd slept this well,
Wow.
and she thought perhaps she never had.
Is Edmund gone? I don't feel like he is. Is that her shoulder? What happened to her back? Are we done with Edmund? Who's that? Flora again?
Were you sleepwalking again?
I don't know. Why does this keep happening?
I don't know. She keeps seeing Rebecca. Yeah. And we're gonna knock her out again.
I'm terribly sorry for the trouble. I'm positively famished.
It's like Rebecca's in her all of a sudden.
Miss Clayton called again. I think maybe you should...
Is anyone hurt? I'm unavailable unless someone is hurt.
And he just can't confront the guilt of it all.
Fine. Get her back on the phone.
Put those in the car, will you?
Breaking up the business?
You keep the office. How stupid you must have thought of me. She's my daughter. In every way that matters. Do you understand me? She didn't tell you. Oh, look at that. I get to be here when the penny drops. You're banished, little brother.
Which is why he
Banished
never goes
from
back
my
to the house. He takes that
Banished
to
from
heart.
My wife, my children. You don't have a brother anymore. Nobody. Just yourself. Your real self.
Yeah, that's the ghost he's stuck with.
He's an evil shit. You have to live with yourself. And he's a shit, grinning, fucking monster.
Man,
Isn't he?
those words like cursed him basically. He can't go to the house. He's banished. He's stuck living with himself. This ghost that haunts him, himself, this shit-eating monster.
Can I come with you? A couple of weeks is a terribly long time. What does it do?
Well, it protects people, and it keeps them happy.
It's happening again,
Yep,
isn't it?
memory.
What?
It's wrong. I'm too old for the memory.
Really here. I'm too old. The math doesn't work.
Tucked away safe. You should probably wake up now.
The way they do these memories, it's such an interesting take on them. It's not a strict memory. It's self-referential and self-conscious. It's sometimes it's misremembered.
I don't like this game.
It's okay.
I don't like it.
Oh, that's probably your uncle. Hello?
It is him. Yeah, he's been the one.
Do you really think she'll answer one of these times? Here we are again. Well, it's not real, but you probably should get it anyway.
What are you doing in here?
Oh, I was...
That's Dominic's office. Yeah. Okay.
I don't rightly know.
I'm so sorry. I should have told you. I wanted to say goodbye.
Charlotte.
I mean it. I'm going to make this work. I can fix it.
And that's the end of that.
I want to see it again. No, the night we met. They have terrible news. Please. There's been an accident.
What a shit ghost. And what terrible self-realization.
What sort of an accident?
Yeah, what happened? Are we gonna find that out?
That wasn't so bad, was it? It was hell. That wasn't the worst of it. Hell was having to call Bly and having her voice be the first one you heard when she picked up the phone.
All residents.
I'm gonna go.
Oh.
I should change my clothes at least.
You could come back.
There were other nights. And there will be other nights.
You promise?
Promise.
Who sees them? Okay. Nobody.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh, jeez.
What are you doing? I'm going to Bly. I have a terrible feeling. Oh, that sells it.
Now we got this little boy playing with the dolls. Or little girl. Whatever it is.
Hello? Wait!
This is a memory again. She's in her 5-year-old jammies.
Hello?
Oh, this is where she was hiding during hide and seek. Isn't it? Yeah.
There you are. Don't be scared. That was very rude of me. But I thought I'd
this
give
is
you
so
a story.
weird.
Try this.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. Oh, God. Oh, dear God.
Why do you keep pushing me aside, Miss Jessel? Stop hiding from me. I want to talk to you.
There she
I'm
is.
very cross with you.
But why? Everything is just fine. It's perfectly...
It's not. I'm tired of acting strange. And of Miles acting strange. Miles is perfectly splendid, except when he isn't.
Isn't splendid?
Isn't Miles.
When he's Peter.
What are you doing to me?
Flora?
Oh, Danny sees her.
It's only Miss Jessel.
Well, this is awkward.
Miles! Flora! Flora!
Oh, boy.
Flora?
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Every time we get more story and we answer some questions, I guess the mystery lessens, but the inherent creepiness of everything just gets exacerbated and builds on it and just becomes more and more compelling with every answer, which is just a sign of really strong storycraft. So we learned about the parents, and we learned that Henry and Charlotte had a thing, and that Flora was Henry's daughter, although Henry didn't find that out until the very end. Wow. We still don't know exactly what happened to the mom and dad. We know it's in India now, but we don't know exactly what happened, but something terrible enough that they couldn't send bodies home. They had to have a funeral with empty coffins. But we also got confirmation, like in the previous episode, we learned that it's Peter in Miles, at least occasionally. And we knew that Flora was seeing Rebecca constantly, sort of over Danny's shoulder a lot. But now we realize it would appear that Rebecca is possessing Flora the same way Peter's possessing Miles, which is really messed up because Rebecca and Peter had this messed up, possessive, romantic relationship, and Miles and Flora are brother and half-sister, pre-teen. Like, it's just odd that they should be trapped in there. But I almost want to start rewatching the series, because knowing what we know now, Flora was always very apologetic for Miles. He's not really that bad. And it's exactly the same way Rebecca used to apologize for Peter. He's not that bad. He's just misunderstood. He's so good to me, even when he beats me. I know he wasn't, you know what I mean. It's almost that battered wife syndrome. But yeah, wow. Henry is haunted by himself. Like, Dominic's parting words to him clearly stuck with him and have never left him. He's banished from Bly Manor. He can never go there. The children are off limits. And you have to live with yourself. And he's literally stuck living with this ghost of himself, this true representation of what he is, at least in Dominic's eyes. This grinning, evil goblin of a man. It's almost a picture of Dorian Gray in a sense. You know, obviously it's not the painted portrait that's the reflection of his true self, but this ghost is, you know, all his worst fears about who he is. And maybe there's a ton of truth in that. That's the really punishing part of it all. It is hell. Not just taking that phone call, not just having to call Bly with the bad news, but living with the realization of what kind of man he is. And the only way he can sort of atone maybe is by taking his brother's banishment to heart. And yet now he's just bad, you know, he's an uncaring uncle because of that. He refuses to help. He refuses to seem to be concerned about the children, including his own daughter. Man, it's such a well-crafted story. I find it so compelling. And maybe this series took a little bit longer to get into, but I think the story itself is just as compelling as Hill House. You know, like I said, Hill House was all about family, and this is all about relationships, failed relationships. It was good to see Danny and Jamie sort of have that communication enough so that they could progress their relationship. I can't remember a show that has so many killer monologues. I've talked about this before, but I'll point it out again because there was another one in this episode. Another killer monologue, and not just for the lead, but for Jamie got this great speech about her entire past. Everything from how her parents met to how she found salvation in prison, and the 20 plus years in between. Actors, television actors in particular, just don't often get the opportunity to have performance moments like that. And yeah, great scene. And it's weird, like sometimes if a character just sort of had a let me tell you my life story moment, it might not feel natural, it might not feel earned, but in this setting at that moment it felt genuine, and it felt necessary, and it felt like it was an earned moment. But man, yeah, I loved it. But my fear, of course, now is we've got this new relationship, this Danny and Jamie one, and every other relationship in this show was doomed to fail. Charlotte and Dominic, Peter and Rebecca, even Hannah and Owen is doomed because, hey, Hannah's dead and nobody knows it. So I fear for Danny and Jamie. I fear that it won't work out. I wonder what the tie-in with our narrator in the present is. I'm curious about that, whether we're going to get an answer there, or whether it's just a fun way to tell the story and bring Carla Gugino back for a little bit. But I'm excited to see where this goes. We're 2/3 of the way through the series already. It's flown by. I'm excited I get to watch another episode right now. You guys will have to wait a week, I'm afraid, but such is the nature of Neil Talks. Patience will be rewarded. If you guys are enjoying this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be doing Midnight Mass once we're finished Bly Manor, and I'm excited for that. I hear a lot of great things as well. Right now, in my mind, Mike Flanagan can do no wrong. Anyway, thank you guys for spending a little time with me today. I'd love to hear your comments about this episode in particular, about the series in general. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.